Today we backtested a new 1-minute scalping strategy, and it turned out to be the best strategy we have tested so far. The strategy can be used with many assets. In fact, the strategy works with crypto, forex, gold, and even stocks. Now that we have gotten all of that out of the way, let's start. Let's head over to TradingView and change the timeframe to the 1-minute timeframe. Now let's add the indicators to the chart. Click on the Indicator Search tab and search for the 1-minute scalping system indicator. After that, select the indicator made by Gustavo Ruby. The second indicator that we will be adding to the chart is the ATR Stop Loss Finder indicator. Select the indicator made by Verifid and add it to the chart. The last indicator that we will be adding to the chart is the ADX and DI indicator. We will be selecting the indicator made by this TradingView creator. Those were all of the indicators that we will be adding to the chart. Now let's change the indicator settings to optimize them for the 1-minute time frame. First, head over to the ATR Stop Loss Finder settings and navigate to the Style tab. Now let's uncheck the ATR tables checkbox since we won't be using them for the strategy. Now let's head over to the ATR settings and change the multiplier from 1.5 to 2.5. We have seen forex traders use 0.85, however, since we are trading using crypto, we will change it to 2.5. After doing so, uncheck the Show Price Lines option. Lastly, we will be changing the colors of both the upper and lower ATR lines. Now let's change the settings of the 1-minute scalping indicator. Navigate to the Settings tab. After that, head over to the Inputs tab and change the length from 100 to 88. Now head over to the Style tab and change the second bar colors to a neutral color. We will be leaving the first three options checked, however, we will be unchecking all of the other options. Now let's head over to the ADX and DI indicator and change the indicator settings. Navigate to the Style tab and uncheck the ADX checkbox, do the same for the 20 level. Lastly, change the colors of the DI plus and DI lines. Now that all of the indicators have been properly configured, let me show you when to enter into a position. We will enter into a buy position when the following conditions have been met. Firstly, the line from the 1-minute scalping strategy will need to be green. We will also need to make sure that the price is trading above the line. Secondly, the ADX and DI indicator needs to issue a new buy signal. This is done whenever the green line crosses above the red line. Lastly, the previous or trigger candlestick will need to be green. If all of these conditions are met, we will enter into a buy position. Once we are in the position, we will place the stop loss at the lower ATR line. For the take profit, we will be targeting a 1.5 times risk to reward ratio. So why does this strategy work? Well, it's actually pretty simple. The first indicator that we added to the chart is the indicator that will help us identify the trend direction, and we will enter into a trade when the candlestick is green because then we know that we are not in a consolidating market. Lastly, we use the DI lines to determine whenever it is a good time to enter into a trade. So let's now take a look at when to enter into a short position. First, we will need to make sure that the line we use for determining the trend direction is red. We will also need to make sure that the price is trading below this line. Secondly, we will need to check the DI lines and make sure that a sell signal has been provided. This is the case if the red line crossed above the green line. Lastly, the previous or trigger candlestick needs to be red. Since all of these conditions have been met, we will enter into a sell position. We will place the stop loss at the upper ATR stop loss line. For the take profit, we will target a 1.5 times risk to reward ratio. Since there are quite a few conditions for this strategy, let's go over some situations where you wouldn't enter into a position. As you can see here, the candlestick has just turned green and it's trading above the trend indicator line. We also see that there was a new signal issued by the DI lines. However, we will not enter into the position because the 1-minute scalping line has not turned green. Here we can see that the line has turned green. We also see a green candle. Lastly, we see that the price is also trading above the 1-minute scalping line. However, when we take a look at the DI lines, we see that the crossover happened before all of the other conditions were met. Therefore, we won't enter into a position. Now that you know exactly how to trade with this strategy, let's take a look at the backtest. Here are the results from the backtest. As you can see, the strategy works pretty well. The strategy has a 57% win rate, with 24 wins and 18 losses. The most consecutive wins were 5 and the most consecutive losses were 3. What you might have noticed is that we only took 42 trades. This is because during the backtest I noticed that the strategy would perform much better if we changed some settings. So let's change the settings and backtest the strategy 100 times. Alright, let's head over to the ATR stop-loss settings and navigate to the Inputs tab. We will be changing the multiplier to 1.5. This is the only change that we will be making to the ATR stop-loss settings. Now let's take a look at when to enter into a position. As you can see here, the 1-minute scalping line is green and the price is trading above the line. This means that the market is currently in a bullish trend. Secondly, we also see that the green line has crossed above the red line. This means that the DI lines have also provided a buy signal. Lastly, we see a green candle as the trigger candle. This means that all of the conditions have been met, and so we will enter into a buy position. We will put the stop loss at the lower ATR line and we will be targeting a 1.5 times risk to reward ratio. Now let's see how the trade plays out. As you can see, the trade was profitable. Now let's go over a sell signal with the new indicator settings. We see here that the 1-minute scalping line is red and the price is trading below the line. This means that the market is currently in a bearish trend. When we look at the DI lines, we see that the red line has crossed above the green line. This means that the DI lines have provided a sell signal. Lastly, we see a red candle as the trigger candle. This means that all of the conditions have been met, and so we will enter into a sell position. We will put the stop loss at the upper ATR line. For the take profit, we will be targeting a 1.5 times risk to reward ratio. Now let's see how the trade plays out. As you can see, the trade was very profitable. There is also a very important exception regarding entering into a position. As you can see here, a buy signal was issued because the green line crossed above the red line and the candlestick is also green. However, the 1-minute scalping line hasn't turned green yet. In such a case, we will wait for the next candlestick to close. If by then the line has turned green, we will still enter into a buy position. Here you can also see a great example of how the 1-minute scalping line filters out many false signals. As you can see here, many buy and sell signals were issued by the ADX and DI lines. However, because none of the other conditions were met, we didn't enter the position. But as soon as the price did start trending and our conditions were met, we entered into a position. Now let's take a look at the backtest with these new settings. But before that, if you are looking for a crypto exchange that currently has 0 spot trading fees and a $4,300 bonus, check out the link in the description of the video. Now let's head over to the backtest. As you can see, this backtest was a lot more profitable than the previous one. I was actually quite surprised to see how profitable it was. We took a total of 101 trades. In those trades, we had 73 wins and 28 losses. This means that we had a win rate of over 72%. The profit factor for this strategy was also really good at over 3.9. With this strategy, the most consecutive wins that we had was 11 and the most consecutive losses were 3. As you can see, if we were to take 10 trades per day and use no leverage, we would make $1,760 in the first week, and this even includes fees. Overall, this is the best 1-minute strategy that we have tested on the channel so far. If you are wondering what was used for the backtest, it's Trader Edge, the best backtesting service that you can currently try out for free for 7 days with the link down below. Thank you for watching. If you haven't already, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and if you have any questions, leave a comment.